Dr. Donald Morton.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton. Dr. Donald Morton is an award-winning social entrepreneur known for his innovative social solutions.
Based on this fatherhood and manhood issue in droves, in incredibly large numbers. And I felt it necessary for someone to have a voice like yourself to do the work of restoring men in our society. And I've been doing that work ever since.
His latest solution is expressed as the CEO of Remand.
So Remand, the nonprofit, is about helping brothers that are coming out of prison, brothers that are dealing with child support, brothers that are the most marginalized of our communities, helping them with their character and the institutions that impact them. And then the LLC, our for-profit arm, is really attempting to address the CEOs and CFOs and entrepreneurs and people like that say, look, I got issues too as a black man. My issues are a bit different because I'm in the C-suite. And how it plays out in the C-suite is very different than how it plays out on the block and those brothers that are coming out of re-entry. But here's a deal. All of us the same, for real, for real.
Dr. Morton is the former executive director of the Complexities of Color Coalition. As executive director of the coalition, he worked to congregate Wilmington, Delaware's African American community in order to create comprehensive strategy to influence institutions, policies, and laws. Dr. Morton has over 25 years of experience in African American community leadership. Remand is deeply personal. While he's glad that thousands of men are on this journey with him, it was started because he needed liberation. He was broken and bound, and he was fighting to put his life back together after divorce, infidelity, business challenges, bankruptcy, and a life destroyed by being the worst liar ever. Yes, Dr. Morton was a liar until he faced himself and proved his signature science, the character arc. Then and only then was he ready to lead men to learn and live the science of being Remand.
What's going on with you? I'm in the building. Leroy's in the building somewhere. In the building.
I'm here.
whatever visual that is not Leroy in the building. I love the look, bro. Okay.
Hey, it's the Grown Man Podcast, bro. You should step it up.
The Grown Man Podcast. That's Grown Man Attire. And so, yeah.
Yes, sir.
We turning the corner. Let me see. Let's see. Johnny Bazemore says, good morning. Good morning to you, my guy. Everybody that's logging on, tell me where you're watching from. And Keith Lewis said, good morning. Good morning, bro. Good to see you, man. Thank you for hanging out with Leroy and I. Let me see. I don't really like that look. Let me see about this look. I like that look better. Okay, there we go. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, we've got some really, really dope stuff happening coming up. Tremel, I mean, some really, really dope stuff. Yeah, I can't wait. Some really, really dope stuff happening as we kind of reimagine what manhood looks like, what black men look like, how we show up. We show up like Leroy has showed up today, and I'm a little jealous. Let me just tell you, I'm a little jealous because Ebbs, good to see you, man. I hope that all is well I sent you a text message. You didn't respond. So I'm in my feelings. I'm not talking to you for the rest of the podcast. I'm talking to brothers that respond, right? Johnny Bazemore hollering at us from Wilmington, Delaware. Dwight Robinson, good morning, bro. Good to see you, man. Thank you for hanging out with us today. The brothers are in the building, Leroy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we like to see early Monday morning.
No, I don't accept your apology, Tramel. I do not accept your apology. That's my dude. I do not accept your apology. I'm still in my feelings about it all. But I'll get out of it over time. It just takes a minute for me to get out of how I'm feeling about it all. Thoughts, feelings, beliefs. Y'all know. I know how to process it. Dwight said Joe Petty. Yeah, Joe Petty.
And not to be threw your own arc up at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Look what he says. He said, "Okay, I love you still." That's Remain right there. Okay, I love you still. It's not a problem for me. It's a problem for you. Leroy, what's up, man? How was your weekend? We're gonna get into just the phenomenal weekend you've had, and then culminating with yesterday and South Carolina, man. Listen, but let's talk in an overarching way, man. How was your weekend, my guy?
No, it was good. It was good. This weekend we celebrated. We talked yesterday, but celebrated my pastor's 49th pastoral anniversary. So loved on him and First Lady Thomas, man. 49 years, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot.
49. That's a lot, man.
Dealing with Negroes. Dealing with Negroes.
Right. You got that right. You for sure got that one right. 49 years we'll put up
and got out. So shout out to Bishop Walter Scott Thomas, one of the generals in the body, for real. All joking aside, one of the generals in the body. So shout out to him for 49 years. And the legacy that he's led,
that he's built
for his son to take and go forward. It's the way to do it. Yeah, it's the way to do it.
And the pastor that preached yesterday, he referenced the Godfather and Goodfellas. And he was saying that he said Pastor Thomas is one of the dons of the ministry.
Yes,
he said he is one of the dons, and when he
he literally is.
The pastor was saying. Yeah, the pastor was saying that was preaching. He was saying how usually on, like yesterday, this pastor, they have their communion service, right? He said he would be there for communion. He said, but he got a call from the Don, said he wanted them to come in.
That's right. That's right. And here's what's crazy.
So he said he had to
your pastor has a very distinct voice. He has a very distinct voice.
Yes.
You know it's him. So when he calls, I remember George Bloomer. You remember that name, George Bloomer? You ever heard of George Bloomer?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
George Bloomer said when he was coming up, he was doing this series on witchcraft in the pews and things of that nature. And, he was getting some notoriety. So he put some things together on how staff should respond to calls for him to come preach, so on and so forth, right? Structural things. And he said, Bishop Jakes called and his people said, I don't know whether he'll be available. Leroy, he said, I don't know whether he'll be available. He needs this honorarium. And so Jakes was like, yeah, I don't know whether we're willing to So when he found out what his staff did, he said, "What is wrong with y'all?" All that stuff that I do goes out the window when Jake's calls. Yeah.
Y'all don't know? I got to tell y'all that. Put him through.
Put him through. Put him through. Yeah, absolutely.
Pastor, Mr. Jakes, Bishop Jakes is on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It can be in the middle of the night. It can be in the middle of lovemaking. It don't matter. Pastor. Pastor, Bishop Jakes on the phone.
He's on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know, somebody might have lost their job over that one because you cost to me my reputation.
Yes, sir, man. Oh man, you got me in tears. That is hilarious. Yeah. So
yes, sir.
hey, y'all, tell us what
man.
you've done this weekend. What was your weekend like? What was your weekend like? What did you do this weekend? Those of you that are married, how was your weekend with your wife? Those of you that are fathers, like all of us here, I think are fathers. Everybody's a father here. What did you do?
There you go.
What did you do with your kids?
You just can't leave me and all 18 of my kids alone, can you?
I'm just waiting for you to just reach. So I was talking about how I was talking about how jealous I am. I absolutely love your chain, man. And so every time I see it, I do, bro. And I don't even like yellow gold, right? I don't like really. It's not my favorite. I really like white gold or platinum and diamonds, things like that. So let me tell you what happened, right? So when I first saw your chain, and I think you have a cross, right? I wouldn't expect you to have anything else.
Yeah, I have a couple. This is a quick. Yeah, I have a solid all silver one too, because I like them. I just like the way that they look. So
yeah.
You know, so yeah.
I said, let me. I got to go get something. I'm competitive, so I got to go get something. The top Leroy. Leroy can't be on that podcast, the only one with a chain. So I got to go get one of the top Leroy. And so I've been on a hunt to top Leroy ever since. So I found a jeweler in Atlanta. And this is what he's going to do for me. He's going to do it this year. You guys will see it because I'm going to take you on a journey with me as I kind of have it developed. But I'm going to develop the chain, and I'm going to develop the Remain Mastery pendant with it.
Nice.
Diamonds and platinum. It's going to be really, really nice. He's got it already laid out. It's going to be really, really nice. So thank Leroy, because I'm getting ready to come in and not speak to nobody. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to show my pendant.
You're going to have your people say, don't nobody come through.
Don't nobody come through. In fact, the day I get my pendant, this is why we're talking about today, how to celebrate a win. Because the day I get my pendant, I'm gonna just sit here like this, and I'm gonna have somebody next to me talking. I'm just gonna whisper. Yo, Leroy, I'm just gonna whisper what he's supposed to say, and then I'm gonna sit here. I'm not gonna talk to none of y'all. All of y'all are beneath me.
Remember back in the day, and I don't know if you had this, but my grandfather was a pastor too, right? And this was back his day, and my dad didn't do it, but you know how some of the preachers, they would have someone from the congregation read the word. They would say read. Yes. My grandfather was blind, so he had to have people read it, right? Okay. But they would have, there were other pastors, they would have, Bishop Jakes has done it too, where he would have someone read the passage all along. I see you that doing that. Yeah. Read. Right. I'm not open. I'm not opening my mouth. I'm not opening my
The
mouth on the
chain will speak.
podcast. I can't talk to y'all.
The chain will speak. If you don't have a chain, you cannot talk to me. That is that whatever broadcast that is, just recognize I'm coming in. Yeah, I gotta have a branded Reman chain. I have to. Yeah, it's absolutely necessary. No, Della, what's happening, family? Della, where you been? Where you been? Yeah, let us know. Dwight called me King Joffrey. King Jeffrey. Yeah.
Let
absolutely.
them wait.
Yeah. Ep says, look, wear a black tank top on the podcast with your chain on. I'm not wearing no blank top. Listen. Yeah, I'm gonna show up just like Leroy. Leroy, that's the perfect look. I'm gonna show up just like Leroy. I'm gonna have a blazer on. How many of y'all want to bet Leroy got on shorts and flip-flops just below?
I look good from here.
You look good up here.
That's why y'all can't see the weight down. You called it. You called it right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my
For
God.
For sure.
Let's see. Ep said, I'm trying to give you that Nino Brown look. Yeah. And a Kango. How many of y'all on here old enough to remember Kangos? Hat can go backwards. Yeah, come on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got my can. I got my Kangos. I still wear mine. You know, during the fall and winter season. Oh, absolutely, and wear it backwards too.
Yeah. I think I've seen
yes, sir.
pictures like that.
Yeah, bro. I got a tan one. I got a tan one that goes to this jacket here, and I got a black and the gray one.
Okay.
To go with my other outfit, because you can wear them because you can wear them with different outfits, but I usually wear it to go with my coat because I have a long overcoat. I got a long tan overcoat and I have a long black overcoat.
Yeah.
So they go with that. So absolutely,
it.
Man. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. Kangos won't go out of style.
Look at what Dwight said, Leroy. Look at what Dwight said.
I'm not gonna stand up.
Type a 1 in the chat if you want Leroy to rise. If you want Leroy to rise, type 1 in the chat. We're about to see all the games that started. These games started during the pandemic. These games.
Yes, it very well did. It very well did. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It did. It really did. Yep, absolutely.
Numbers. Johnny Bazemore said, yup. Uh-oh, here they go. Yes, stand up. Y'all are hilarious. Johnny laughing. Johnny, I want the dude to stand up. He came on here solid today.
I'm not ruining this image right here on the Grown Man Podcast by standing up. I'm not gonna do it. Leave me and my shorts be, okay?
Leave him and his shorts be. Flip flops.
No, I got my slippers. I got my Raven slippers.
Got Ravens.
My Raven slippers.
Oh my God. Listen, y'all. We do want to give away a couple of. Want to kind of share a couple of announcements. Not with the Dennis Rodman shorts. He got on Dennis Rodman shorts. He got a Dennis Rodman shorts. Oh my God. There's my baby. Here's my baby. Good morning. Good morning, fellas. Yeah, babe. Hey, good morning to you. Just seems like I saw you maybe an hour ago. I miss her already. That's my baby. And Dwight says, sorry, bro. You ain't got to apologize, Dwight. Let the people know. Listen, as grown men, we got to learn to be authentic and transparent. I'm calling Leroy on the carpet. Be authentic.
You can call it all you want to. You can call it all you want to. It's my choice whether I answer or not.
He's not answering the phone, yo.
I'm busy right now.
Leroy's not answering the phone.
I'm ignoring your phone call from TD Jakes.
Do not disturb. He took the phone off.
Yo, my phone is on do not. Yeah, remember back in the day you had to do that. You had to take your phone off the hook.
Yeah, that was do not disturb back in the day. Do not disturb back in the day wasn't a button that you pushed. You took the whole thing off the hook.
You had to take the whole thing off the receiver.
Oh my God.
That is for sure.
Listen, let me let y'all know a couple of things that are happening by way of announcement. If you have not gotten your copy of the Reman book, go to www.theremanbook.com. Also join the Reman book community, where we are having conversations about the Reman book and all the things that are happening inside the book chapter by chapter. So again, if you have not gotten your copy of the Reman book, go to www.theremanbook.com. Also, we want to give you the opportunity to partner with Reman at $25 a month. Yeah, there go that book. There go that book. I am rereading it. I'm in the process of rereading it and going through the exercises because there's some things I've learned about myself even after I wrote the book, right? So I'm going through the process all over again. Also, you can partner with the Reman at $25 a month because there are countless brothers who want to work with us and simply do not have the means to do so. And so we want to be able to serve every man, no matter where he is financially, no matter where he is on the socioeconomic scale, we want to be able to serve him. So if you would partner with us to help men across the country and around the world, you can do so at just $25 a month. That's all, just $25 a month, the price of Starbucks. Yeah, the price of Starbucks. You can partner with us. If you want to go ahead and partner with us, you can go to paypal.me/Reman and you can partner with us that way. There is a process that we are setting up as we speak to be able to make sure that reoccurring payments can take place over and over again without you having to think about it again. We have partners that sow and it comes out the same time every single month. So yeah, we genuinely would love for you to partner with us. Today, I really want to talk about how to celebrate a win, Leroy, and in particular, I want to kind of use Dawn Staley, man. Oh, by the way, before we do that, shout out to you, Leroy. Shout out to Walter Sellers. Shout out to Bucci. We had our
that was good, bro.
Mastermind weekend. Really solid time of growing our businesses, growing one another, collaborating with one another to see one another win. Just really talk about that for 30 seconds, Leroy. The power of that kind of collaboration.
Yeah, if for fellas, if you don't have a mastermind group that you are a part of, a group of men. In addition to here, we have the mastermind group here, of course, and we want you to be a part of that. But there should be, I call it your circle of impact, but there should be a group of people that you are surrounded by, one that you can gain insight, wisdom, and ideas from. Insight, wisdom, and ideas from. That's the goal of the mastermind, the Reman Mastermind, where you can be around a group of men come together and be held accountable for the goals that you set. This ain't for the weak, y'all. You
It
can't
ain't for
come in
me.
here and just say this. No, we dug in, and I know a coach recorded it, but y'all can't see it here. I don't know if you were thinking about putting it in Remain
No, we can't
University.
show that. That's exclusively for
Okay,
mastermind
got you. Okay,
clients. That's
for
not
just the
for,
mastermind. Got you.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have
So
to, and I do want to say the importance of being a part of a mastermind. There it's
yeah.
different than I have an honor society, right? A group of brothers that
Mhm.
hold me accountable. It's different than that because a mastermind is designed to allow other business owners that are on your level or beyond to share with you things that they see about your life, your business, your family that you can kind of up level on. And you got
Mhm.
to be courageous enough to allow them to speak to you, right? And to challenge you and to challenge your thought process and to push you toward more, right? Um, phenomenal time. You need to be a part of a mastermind, and you can do so with Remain. If you desire to talk with me about beginning that journey, then DM me, and I'll set up a time where you and I can talk. It is different than Remain University. Remain
Yes.
University is a membership model where you get a chance to live all of this out by yourself. Remain Mastermind, though, is really a process where brothers are locked in with one another. We want to see one another grow. We want to celebrate one another. We want to push one another. We want to educate one another. And Leroy, I think one of the things that was just most impressive is that all of us are in different businesses,
Correct.
but the
Hmm.
level of insight
Hmm.
that each of us had into businesses that we ain't even in,
Right. Absolutely.
right, was just
Absolutely.
phenomenal to witness as I watched Coach uh 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 serve Bucci, and as I watched
Hmm.
Bucci serve Coach, and I watched you serve Bucci. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
phenomenal to witness. So if you guys are not if you're a man and you're not a part of a mastermind, let me tell you this: our sisters have joined masterminds, and they killing it.
Yes,
They
sir.
they they are absolutely growing. And if you want to grow, if you want to develop, you're going to have to be a part of a group of brothers that are going to push you to get to where you want to know, give you a level of insight that you want to have. So hit me, DM me if you desire to be a part of that. Shout out to Coach Walter Sellers, who
Yeah.
won the $100,000 business award for our Remain Mastermind guys only. It is not for any other person other than our mastermind. So shout out to him. You can see pictures inside the community and even on my personal Facebook page where he accepted his award. Great work. So listen to me, man. Oh, I was going to say, what is that? I want to talk about, Leroy, I want to talk about how to celebrate a win, man.
Hmm.
Because everyone doesn't win well. We talk about losing well, right? We talk about losing well all the time, but there are people that just don't win well. And I watched Dawn Staley win well.
Hmm.
The level of character that
Yeah.
that woman has,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
She lost, and you'll know this better than I do because you followed much longer than I did. I'm the guy that's gonna watch at the end the the last game, right? I did follow Caitlin Clark, and I did follow some others, but that woman lost several players from last year to the WNBA.
No, all of them.
All of them.
Her starting five gone.
She lost her entire starting five from last year.
Had
Wasn't
to start from
expected to
scratch.
do nearly as
Right.
well as she did this year. Talk
Right.
about that, Leroy. Give us a glimpse of what
Well,
really happened.
but that goes to show you, and this goes to remain what it is. It's not the individuals. It's the system.
It's the system,
The
bro.
system. All she's doing is she replaced the players that she had, and she plugged them into her system. Dawn has, if not the best system when it comes to bringing out talent, coaching, and doing those things that bring about success. So yeah, everybody else didn't have expectations this year from her and her team.
Wow.
But I guarantee you, if you talk to Dawn Staley, she had the expectation
Wow.
of doing well. Now, maybe not the undefeated season, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not
Yeah.
undefeated, but for sure, she was like, yeah, we going back there next year,
Wow.
you know, and she did those things along the way, from the recruiting. You know, her recruiting, she got some show enough ballers on that team that's gonna be there for a minute. She's losing a couple players this year, like the big girl that's in the middle, Camilla Cardoza. She's 6'7", bro.
6'7".
She's projected to be she's 6'7". She was the biggest thing on the court yesterday. I don't know if you noticed. She was the
Yes.
biggest thing on the court. That was the thing that I was one thing that I would say criticize or was disappointed. They didn't feed her enough. She didn't get enough touches. She should have easily had over 20 points.
Yeah.
2010 was what she should have had. I think she finished with like 17
Yeah.
and 12.
Yeah.
She should have easily had over 20. She was the tallest thing, grabbing everything that was coming off the boards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, if that was my dad, he'd be like, if y'all don't get that ball down there to that young girl in the paint, we're going to have a problem. Get the ball to her. They had no answer for her.
Yeah.
They had no answer for her. But Dawn Staley, it was the players, of course, that she had last year, you know, and they did well. They lost in I think it was the Final Four last year. They lost to Iowa, I think, last year. In fact, they did. They lost to Iowa last year. And the young lady that was the point guard last year, Caitlin, backed off of her. Her name is Raven Johnson, I think is the last name.
Yeah.
Backed off of her Caitlin Clark backed off of her last year, was like, go on and shoot that three, right? She said in the interview, she said she took that personal. She was like, oh, y'all, that's how you feel about me?
Yeah.
This year, she locked up Caitlin Clark. Matter of fact, had like 2 or 3 steals on her. I was like, you go, girl. I was like, you go, girl. She did her thing on. Caitlin wound up with 30, but still, you know.
Yeah,
but she still locked it.
Get 30. I mean,
yeah, she dropped 18 in the first quarter. She had 18 points in the first quarter, and only scored, I think, it was like 3 points or something like that. And the rest of the way.
Yeah.
So,
Miko says, good morning, Cuzzo. What's up, Coach? Good to see you, bro. Good morning. We just mentioned your name, man. Maybe 30 seconds ago, we just mentioned your name. Let's see. Rebound advantage was 51-39. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
But Dawn Staley's system.
I want to bring back what Leroy just said. Where I want to go. I want to bring back this idea of a system.
Yep.
Right. And we can get into the individual accolades all day. We can do that, right? Which is what we have a tendency to do. But I don't want to lose what Leroy just said, because the success of Dawn Staley, the brilliance of Dawn Staley in being able to lose all of her starters to the WNBA, have a system in place that when she teaches the individual players, this is the system we're going to play within. Trust me, the system works. Trust the process, the system works. What everyone does individually is great. I think we place a lot of emphasis on individual stats, and I don't have any problems with that, right? But I do want to say over and over again what Leroy just said, and I don't want to lose it. It's the system that they ran. And even Caitlin Clark said, look, it's only so much you can do with them. There's only so much you can do with them. Like,
Yep.
you know, it's just such a phenomenal team. It's only so much you can do. They're so freaking good, right?
Yeah.
So that's the system part of it. But this is what Dawn did that impressed me, and I understand why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
What Dawn does at the end during the celebration is acknowledge Caitlin Clark for what she means to women's basketball.
Basketball.
She took from the moment to celebrate and acknowledged, hey, pause on this. We'll get back to this. But let me tell y'all this. Caitlin Clark has done so much for the game, shining a spotlight on the game, the pressure that it takes to endure when you're lifting an entire game on your shoulders.
Yeah.
For Dawn Staley to take that moment, she didn't have to take that moment, Leroy. She didn't have to
Not
take
at
that
all,
moment.
right.
She could have said, this is about my players. This is about the fact that this is the culmination of the revenge tour. Like I want to
the undefeated season.
Undefeated season. Put some respect on my. She could have went through all that. Here's what she does. Number one, I want y'all to catch this. Number one, she says, hey, before we go any further, I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Now listen, I'm not.
Yes,
this is not
sir.
a preaching moment. This is an acknowledgement of the one she's connected to. Like the source of my success is not my own brilliant. It ain't the player. The source of my success is the one that I rely on to give me wisdom during the most tumultuous of times, right? And then she says, let me acknowledge Caitlin Clark. Leroy, I'm going to turn it over to you. What class the woman exhibits, man, in the win.
Yeah.
In the win. There's a way to lose, but there's also a way to win. And I think she mastered the way to win perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. And that goes to what you were saying, her character, her integrity, and her honor that she has and she conducts herself with. And I say the same, I said this, and I was thinking the same thing about Deion Sanders. Now Deion he a little more cocky with
a little more brash.
But yeah, he a little more brash. Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. He a little more brash with his, but there's also a humbleness about them. There's also this character. It's like, look, yeah, I'm just a vessel. I'm just using what I have that was been given to me. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the one that gave me the gift, the ability to be able to be on the platform that I'm on.
Yeah.
And even when they lost last year, she was her character, her integrity, and her honor showed up last year. So even when we talk about these how to celebrate a win, she showed last year how to celebrate a loss. Too. So it's the total person, and you can't do anything but respect someone like that. And that's why I believe that her players have so much love, honor, and respect for her because of who she is. She's like, yeah, this is me. Yeah. And they folks have been giving her all kinds of trouble for saying, her being unapologetically a Christian. She was like, I'm gonna keep talking about my Lord and Savior. I don't care. Y'all can do what y'all want, and y'all can be offended, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stop talking about him. And when I get the opportunity, I have to stay because I am being successful, and he's put this in my lap. Yeah, I got to tell the word about him.
Yeah.
I got to.
Well, so I want to highlight that, right? And for those of you that are watching, this is not about whether or not she's a Christian. This isn't that. This is her willingness to remain consistent no matter what people are saying. Like if she were a Muslim then we would be saying the exact same thing, right?
Exactly.
If she's a
Yep.
Muslim and she says, you know, I want to all praises due to Allah, right? And people pushed against it, and then she showed up next week and said, all praises to Allah. Like that level of consistency and principle
Mm-hmm.
is what we're celebrating. Now, I'm a card
Yes.
carrying Christian. Leroy's a card carrying Christian. We don't make any apology. I'm a bit a different kind of Christian because I may say some things that don't seem like. But
Mhm.
it we want to develop brothers, brothers,
Yeah, I can't tell, bro. I'm not sure if it's on your end or both of our ends, but you're freezing. StreamYard is. I don't know if it's acting up this morning or not. Can you hear me?
Can you
Yeah, yeah, there you go. I think you're back now.
y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead. You gotta keep talking.
Yeah. So Leroy, talk about while the thing is not acting funky, uh the attributes of a winner that you saw in the fact that she was consistent, she didn't give up. Saw her do a winner that you admire.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing. Like you said, her consistency and her being committed to what it is that she does and is doing came through and comes through in what she was doing, and that's what we talk about here in Remain. We talk about responsibility, we talk about ethicality, we talk about accountability, authenticity, and we talk about nobleness. That was what she presented yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is. It really is. Those are the characteristic traits that I think about when you think about what Dawn Staley represents. She's responsible because she takes the responsibility of those young ladies, not just in basketball. Y'all get this. It's not just basketball. These ladies are set for life. They will never forget being with Dawn Staley. That is a lifelong relationship that they will have. I promise you. They will have a lifelong relationship with her. They can pick up the phone. I bet you anytime, hey coach, I'm going through this in life. And she will talk with them and guide them through those things. That's the kind of person
Mm,
Dawn Staley comes
mm,
off as.
mm. Yeah, I wanna touch that a bit too, because here's a
Mhm.
deal. A basketball coach, a football coach, they're not just sports
Correct.
coaches.
Yep.
These are life coaches.
Coaches,
These
absolutely.
I this
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, it's going in and out, but go ahead. But go ahead. Yeah.
I'm turning it over to you.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What Don was talking about with Don Staley and the being able to how to celebrate a win, and she's shown us, and what we were talking about, her being the it being bigger than the game, and the one, like I said, those players that played on this team for her will never forget. They'll never forget this team, and even the bond within the team, the players on the team, they will forever have a bond, and they'll ever be bonded together because they went through this undefeated season together. They'll cherish that forever, but they'll also cherish the relationships that they have with each other and that they have with Coach Staley. She got pushed. She pushes them. She pushed them in practice, and I'm sure she let them know the certain things that they needed to do, wanted to do. And even with the young lady that I mentioned, Raven Johnson, that was guarding Caitlin Clark for the majority of the game. I think after the second quarter, from the second quarter on, she was guarding her, or from halftime on, she was guarding her. And I forgot who mentioned it, but Caitlin Clark only scored 7 points, but that was the effort that Don Staley instilled in that young lady to be able to say, "Hey, you can handle this assignment," prepping her for the assignment. And here's what happens when you understand the system, when you understand the task, the thing, the obstacles that need to be done, and all of those things that need to be done, you can then understand how to celebrate when you do achieve, when you do win. It's nothing different than what you already used to doing. The reason that Dawn Staley could get on that stage and be who she is after the win is because even before the win, she was that same person. Even last year, I will talk about them losing last year. She was still that same coach with the same system. So she was able to be consistent in who she was, and who she not who she was, but who she is, because that's Dawn. And we can't give her enough accolades today. And I'm glad that Donald did use this as a topic today, because we do have to know how to celebrate the win. When you do accomplish something, it's not about being, cocky about it or anything, but you acknowledging yourself. I accomplished that. Yes, this is something that I did. Being proud of the moment, being proud of something that you did. I remember the when I got my first book in my hand. I couldn't believe it. I opened up the box, and I mean, I had to sit down for a minute, and I actually broke down. I was just like, wow, because I couldn't believe that I actually brought this vision that I had of creating this book, and to now to see the fruition of it, to see the reality of it, was a powerful moment for me. And so we have to know how to celebrate winning. And so, Don Staley stepping up yesterday, and being able to understand what the moment not only meant for her, what the moment meant for her team, what the moment meant for the university, what the moment even meant for those that she played against. She didn't, like Donald was saying, she didn't think too much of herself to say, you know what? Yes, I do want to take the time to acknowledge the team that we played against, and even more specifically, Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark was a is a phenomenal player, is a special player. I don't know what Iowa going to do next year without her, but I think it's going to be a challenge for them next year. But but to take time out of that celebration to say, you know what, I wanna thank the team, our team. I want to thank Caitlin Clark for what she means to the game, because Dawn Staley understands that it's more than just it's bigger than her. It's bigger than her team. Why? Because she's been on the big stages as a player. For those for those of y'all that don't know, Miss Dawn Staley is an Olympic gold winner she played for the USA women's basketball team, gold medalist. She was the point guard. She went to the University of Virginia. She played in the WNBA. She is one of the best WNBA players ever. She's on that list, y'all. Is on that list of one of the greatest ever players. So, as a consequence, when she's in the huddle with the young ladies that she's coaching now, when she's coaching them, they can know that and understand that, hey, yeah, Coach Dawn has been in these moments. She's been in these moments. She's had to perform. She knows what it takes to be a winner. She knows how to handle the moment. So she's now poured that same knowledge, that same information that she's gathered, that experience that she has into the moment for these young ladies so that they know how to handle the moment, how to celebrate a win. Because the young ladies, they look at her as an example, and they say, hey, I see how Coach Dawn Staley has handled it. Hey, maybe I've got to do the very same thing. Or here's how I have to act. She wasn't just telling them to act a certain way. She was showing them how to celebrate a win. Because from now on, when those ladies are in positions that they get accolades, they accomplish certain things in life, they're gonna think back to the very moment when Coach Dawn Staley stood on that stage, thanked her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, gave acknowledgement to our the lady Hawkeyes. I think is in our Hawkeyes, and specifically Caitlin Clark and what she has meant to the game last year and this year. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, the ladies basketball has been better than the women's basketball tournament. I'm gonna ask y'all how many how many of y'all know who's playing in the men's tournament tonight, in the championship game tonight. How many of y'all gonna be watching that? It may not be many that are watching that game, but Purdue is playing UConn. So, but what Dawn Staley acknowledging what Caitlin Clark has meant to the game, and this is how humble Dawn Staley is. She isn't really worried about what she means to the game, because she means something to the game. And what I was thinking about earlier today with her, you've got to put her right there with Pat Summitt. And she hasn't been coaching as long as Pat Summitt had coached and everything like that. But the accolades, she's won 3 championships, y'all. 3 championships. I believe it's in 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. 3 championships, 5 years. This is undefeated season. There've only been 9. There've been 9 undefeated NCAA women basketball teams. This is she has one of the 9. And I think she may even have a couple more in her Truth be told. Why? Because of what we've been talking about here, and what Dawn and I were talking about, the system that she has in place. When you have systems in place, y'all, when you have systems in place, it gives you the ability and the opportunity to be able to build success. You got to have the right system. But when you have the right system, the right processes, the right people, it's the recipe for success. It will allow you to be able to be successful. That's how you acclimated to be able to celebrate the win. Because when you have those systems in place, it becomes routine with you. Kobe Bryant was successful because he had a system in place. Magic Johnson was successful because he had a system in place. Pat Riley, who was the coach of Showtime, was successful because of the system that he had in place. Phil Jackson with the Chicago Bulls and with the LA Lakers, they were successful because of the system that they had in place, and they found the people, the personnel that fit their system, and therefore the system worked. Bill Belichick, same thing with the Patriots. He had a system, and his system worked because he had the right people in the right place to be able to work his system. So if you want to have a successful life as men, what's your system? What's your system that you're operating in? If you want to be able to be successful, you want to be able to celebrate being a winner, you've gotta have a system in place. And that's what we do here at Remain. We assist you with developing your system. Why? Because we have a system. Part of that system is this book. The Remand book is nothing more than the system that we take you through in order to be able to be successful. You can order the book. I suggest that you, if you don't have it, that you do order it so that you can understand, and as you're going along, you can celebrate the wins. You'll understand and know how to celebrate the wins, because it's important for us to be able to know how to celebrate the wins when you've done something. Yes, take a minute to breathe, take a minute to say, yes, I accomplished this, and then you go back to work. But we've got to, that's a part of being the healthy mindset and mentality that we have to have in in developing your system. But celebrate, learn how to celebrate the wins, and operate with responsibility, with ethicality, with mastery, which is the ultimate what we're doing. Where you master, when you get to that small section, and you master life, leadership, and legacy, and you operate in authenticity and nobility. When you have that, that's your formula. And celebrating that you have those opportunities to be responsible, and you are responsible, celebrate it. And when you have those opportunities to operate ethically, you celebrate it. Those times that you operate mastery. Hey, I got this down. I'm doing this. I'm able to do this now. You celebrate it. When you operate in authenticity and accountability, you celebrate it. When you operate nobly, and people see it and they recognize it, you got to understand it. So that's what we have for today, y'all. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that tuned in, we're gonna be right back here every single Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You want to join us? Come on back. share this out. Whatever platform that you're on, whether you're on in the Facebook group here, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on YouTube, whatever the platform, we want to hear from you. We want to know. We want you to join us. We want you to share it. Let other brothers know. Let other brothers know about the Grown Man Podcast. Let the other brothers know that you know how to celebrate. When you talk about how to learning how to celebrate wins, where'd you get that from? Oh, I got that from the Grown Man Podcast. They talked about it today. We want you to join us in that. So come back, share this out, and we will see you all next week, right back here, same bat time, same bat channel. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, and Dr. Donald Morton of the Grown Man Podcast. We'll see you all next week.